States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship.
Hello, Krazy Eights, and welcome again to the 2021 Krazy 8 Club Championship pregame show. I'm your host, George Kaler, and guess what? This year, I have a co-host. Please welcome the 2020 Mustard Jacket Champion and Executive Steering Committee of the Krazy 8 organization, Jimmer Carnaggio. Jim, welcome
George.
to the show.
Happy to be here.
Hey, we've got a beautiful show for you today. We're going to go through the championship courses, the championship field, and at the conclusion, Jimmer and I are going to give you our predictions on the final foursomes and then who we think will take away the mustard jacket and the ketchup jacket this year. But before we get started, a couple administrative notes. First of all, congratulations to Scotty Hill for winning the Mustard Tour this year, and he wins the Colonel Mustard Cup. Beautiful performance. He outlasted Jeff in the final weeks of the year. We had 14 events this year, of which 11 we completed. So congratulations to Scott. But Jim, one thing, you weren't a big fan of the point scoring system this year for the Mustard Cup.
No, I considered the scoring system for the Mustard Cup this year, since you changed it, was more of a participation trophy. Not taking anything away from Scott. He's most deserving of it because he's a true champion of the K8s and everything that the Mustard Cup stands for. So congratulations, Scott. You're most deserving of this honor.
You know, Jim, I kind of agree with you. It's kind of like this jacket I'm wearing right now. I feel like it's the second place jacket. I feel like jackets should be a first place. I can't wear it anymore. I don't deserve this jacket. I'm getting rid of it. Someone later this month coming up will win this jacket, and I just can't deal with it right now. I didn't deserve it. We're going to move on from that, okay?
Okay.
All right, hey, everything that you need to know administratively will be on the website. Jimmer has already published the itinerary, championship handicaps. I'll put that on there this coming Monday. And then, of course, we wait for the quest for the mustard jacket. Scott will come out with that beautiful piece of information there. We all laugh at that.
Always a highlight.
Another thing that will be going on the website this year, too, is Matt has been able to procure a test period, a trial period for the golf game book application. And he's worked with those people to get a trial period. He'll be working that. We'll put the embed code on the website. So as your individual in your group scores, that will be sent directly to the website. So if you're out on the course, just bring up the website homepage, refresh the page, and you should be able to see how you're scoring in comparison to everyone else.
It was a big hit last year, especially the final day, so good on you, Matt. I was initially against it, but we moved into the electronic age, and I think it adds a point of excitement during the round.
Hey, weather looks pretty good. We've got a couple tropical storms out in the Atlantic right now, the most recent being Tropical Storm Larry. Just formed off the west coast, but it looks like the predicted track is going to take us to the central part of the Atlantic, and that sets up a nice week next week. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but it looks like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, good weather, temps between low 60s, upper 70s, only about a 9% chance of rain, and winds between 7 and 9 knots on the course.
Looks like perfect weather.
Hey, this is getting to be a tradition now. Dave's par 3 tournament. It's like the par 3 before the Masters, just like the Masters right now. What do you think?
I think it's fantastic that Dave's taking this on, and it's tradition now. I think we got the largest field ever for the par 3 club parlay. So, Dave, can he last all 4 days now adding this par 3 tournament? It'll wait to be seen.
Hey, once we complete the par 3 tournament, we move into the Champions Dinner at Hooked Up Ale House and Raw Bar. I'm probably going to go for the cheesesteak or the Reuben. Good sandwiches there, but the hallmark event for the night is the pool tournament.
It's going to be a fantastic event. It never disappoints. Hopefully we won't have any visitors from Southern Maryland.
Hey, it looks like the prohibitive favorite right now at Vegas is Mongo Mosconi, the #1 seed. He won 2 years ago. What do you think his chances are this year?
Anytime you put Mongo in a pub-type setting, I think he has a chance to claim victory once again.
Now, do you think that he performed better with beer in him?
Most definitely. Whatever the contest is, as long as the pump is primed and he has at least 6 beers in him, I think Mongo has a good chance of repeating.
All right, good. Prime the pump. Prime the pump. How about Kenny? Kenny's coming out of the bubble. Do you think he'll come out of the bubble for this event?
Oh, most definitely. Kenny thrives in this environment. As you can see in this graphic here, he looks like Pharaoh, coming out. He also has sandals like Jesus that I saw him wear in the hospitality room. So Kenny could be a strong contender to Mongo.
All right, let's jump to the championship schedule right now. Starting on the 9th of September, Thursday, we'll start at 11 o'clock. We've got breakfast lined up before that, but we'll be golfing at Baywood Greens. Where do we start out at breakfast?
Breakfast this year will be close to the Baywood course, which is the Long Neck Diner, which is about 3 minutes away, about 1.5 miles. So new venue, 8:45, be there.
Okay. All right. Dress alike day one?
Dress alike day one. This is new for this year, so whoever your roommate is, you need to dress like your roommate. As you can see from this graphic here, we have, George, go to the next graphic. We have these 2 porn stars, Mongo and Dave. It'll be interesting to see how those 2 will dress that day, but it'll be a new first outing for everyone to dress alike.
Very well. All right. Hey, second day, we're going to be 10 September, Ocean Resorts Golf Club, Purple Friday.
Purple Friday, always a favorite hit. You know, the Ravens will start their season on Monday night, so this is Friday before the kickoff of the NFL season. So wear your purple, and if you don't have Ravens as your favorite team, dress like your favorite college team. Maybe the Rodgers will show up in their Gator blue.
Okay. Hey, third day, championship Saturday, special day this year. It's 11 September, 9/11. It's going to be at Eagles Landing.
Yes, this is our 20th anniversary of the 9/11 tragedy, and based upon the current events in Afghanistan, it's more important than ever that we support our country and our troops.
Sounds good, Jim. Okay, let's talk about the championship courses. As we do so, let's take a look at a little bit about the history of the courses we've played at. Baywood Greens, Ocean Resorts, Eagles Landing. We played at Eagles Landing. The information and data I have is for the past 16 years. And Eagles Landing, we played 4 times prior. This will be our 5th time in the last 16 years we played. It looks like Ken, Brooks, and Lance have had success at this course. Any thoughts on that, on Eagles?
Well, on Eagles, it's a beautiful course, but as we kick off day one, Baywood, you can't beat that as far as beauty.
We haven't played Baywood in a long time. Last time we played 2007, Scott won there, so maybe this
ironically, this could be a moment. This could be his year. The Mustard Cup, the Mustard Jacket, starting out at Baywood. Scott has a very good chance.
Okay, and then our middle jewel, Ocean Resorts. We played there twice. The most recent in 2012. Okay, a little bit about the course yardages. The first day is the longest course that we will play. And then as we progress through, each day the course yardage gets just a little bit shorter. But hey, longest day on day one. The younger golfers will always golf from the white tees. If you're a senior golfer, you may be golfing from a different colored tee. We'll check with Joe prior to the round to make sure that they can equal what this slide shows, but the senior tee boxes may be using yellow, green, and blue based on the scorecards I see.
I think it looks well. It's set up well the way the courses are designed. We get a beautiful course on day one. Day two, we have something that everyone should be able to score low on. In day three, we finish up at a traditional Eagles Landing finish.
All right, day one. This is a fantastic course. The time I played it, years ago when Scott won, the thing that struck me the most was just the landscaping as you approach the
I think Baywood had $1 million invested into their landscaping. It's a beautiful course. You go from a wood side on one 9 to a water side on the other. For the long hitters, it may be a challenge if they spray the ball. Whether it's the wood side or the water side, I would say bring a lot of balls that day.
Wood side and water side, front 9, back 9. Please be cognizant of all the different colored stakes out there. Obviously, if you're out of bounds, just move your ball to the nearest spot where you think it went into bounds. If you go over water, you go into the water, just drop on the other side, K8 rules. But just, hey, ice, stay out of many of the environmental. Thank you very much.
Environmental protected areas.
Okay, day 2, Ocean Resorts, Purple Friday, mix of water and woods here also. Reasonable yardages. It's the middle yardage on the.
I think we'll see a lot of low scores that day. I don't know if the history of the club can remember. I believe that when they had a temporary clubhouse at Ocean Resorts, after our breakfast, both Steve, Buster Aqua, and Hojo Carnaggio, they visited the temporary restroom facilities, and I believe they broke the toilet.
Oh, my goodness. Do you think that we need to provide a security deposit from the K8s when we
Could
go into
be.
the
Much
stores?
like the hospitality room, we'll have to guard against that.
Okay, very well. Okay, day 3, Berlin, Maryland, and also Ocean Resorts, Berlin, Maryland also. We're going to be at Eagles Landing. Beautiful course, most challenging course, I think, of the 3 days. And it's going to be on 9/11 day, very scenic course.
Oh, it is a beautiful course. Next to Baywood's probably the most scenic of the courses down in Ocean City. If the winds are up, it may be a long day for some. Fatigue, based upon day 3, could be a factor. You will definitely earn a jacket here. My prediction is if you get through holes 6 and 7, I think it will set up well for a good score for you for that day at Eagles Landing.
Okay, once again, environmental areas, be cognizant. At Eagles, it appears to be blue stakes. A lot of drop areas also for wetlands. And here's some pictures of the wetlands. There's your infamous hole 6. That's a tough one.
That's a tough hole, especially if the wind's coming in from facing you and not downwind. And I believe that's number 7. So, yeah, it all bodes well.
All right. Well, let's get into the championship field. This year we have 16 golfers. 4 of which are not qualified. Those above the mustard line here are qualified. We have 12 qualified golfers. Of the 12 qualified golfers, we have 8 that are over the age of 60 and are considered senior golfers eligible for the ketchup jacket. Of those 4, we have 4 going off at the senior tee boxes.
It sets up well. I think that the handicap system is working. And you can see there some handicaps that have risen quite significantly, which will come into play as we make our predictions.
That's the one question I have for you. It looks like by this chart we have a significant increase, on average, +2 handicap change from last year. So my question to you, is the modified Janikowski handicap system working, or is this just a bubble system?
Well, the modified Janikowski system originated from the Folder Hour system, so I'm not so sure that both the brother and brother-in-law have worked this out competitively about the handicap system, but no system is perfect. So, by and large, this is easy to follow, and, based upon our group, it's probably good to have something that's very easy to follow.
Well, how do you view it? Is it the modified Janikowski or Folder, or should we ask them to clarify this year?
I think we should have a contest that breaks the tie once and for all if it's Folder Hour or Janikowski.
Okay, well, it seems to be working. The bubble hasn't busted yet, so we'll continue on with this system for next year. All right, let's get into the players for the tournament. We're going to start with you. You're the defending champion. Had a great year last year. Your handicap is up 2 this year, but my main question to you is, can you go back-to-back, or how's your back doing? Is your back going to be able to put up with the 3 rounds?
Probably, I'll be a little tentative throughout the weekend, so I don't predict that I will be able to compete with some of the rising stars and the high handicaps here, so I'm just looking to have a good time with the fellow K8s.
Okay. All right, let's go to the guy that gave you the jacket, the 2019 Mustard Jacket champion, Brooks Norris. Brooks, he lives for this event. He lathers up every day. He's out on the driving range. His cap is up 4 this year. And we know he's a much better golfer than probably a handicap 16. My top question is, can he get the 4th jacket?
I think he's the odds-on favorite. There's a couple booby traps out there that could affect his overall score, but I think he will prevail.
All right, how about his father, Tim? This is the first year that Tim has joined us down for the Mustard Jacket and Club Championship. Tim has golfed well this year. His handicap has moved to the left continuously. He's had success. My question is, can he keep up with his son, because Brooks has set a high bar?
Now, this could be quite the competitive duo between father-son here for the quest for the mustard and ketchup jackets. We could have dual winners here.
All right, Joe, a.k.a. Hojo. Hojo's cap's up 3 this year. He does have some endurance issues, I believe. But my big question for him is he going to be distracted by running the bachelor party for Jeff?
Well, as the host for the Ocean City trips for all these years, he now has the added responsibility of the bachelor party. He's already consulted with Mendel from Myrtle Beach.
Mendel, very nice.
And, transportation could be an issue for the bachelor party. So I think Joe's got a lot on his plate to compete for the Mustard Jacket.
Yeah, he's got a lot on his mind. He's got transportation, he's got venue, he's got entertainment. Do you think that there will be a signature drink?
Most definitely, and it's got to involve vodka and cranberry.
Vodka and cranberry. Okay, let's turn to Mike Rogers. Mike's caps up 5 this year. His events from last year's championship carried into his handicap board this year, so he didn't have a good championship last year. He came in next to last, but hey, I don't think he's that bad of a golfer, 24. He's better than that. Hey, can he golf as good as he does down in Florida?
Oh, I think Mike has all the opportunity in the world to score well this weekend and be in the Final Foursome. It's just that Mike has to not beat himself up.
Dave Janikowski, he's moved to the senior tees this year. His handicap has also went up to 3 to the maximum, 36. He could have some shoulder issues. Can he bring back his youth and play through the shoulder pain?
Most of us remember the movie The Sting, George, and this could be a sting operation. 36 handicap involving gambling money. Dave could have snookered all of us.
Okay, myself, my handicaps went down 1 from 12 to 11. I came in second last year, but I think I'm going to have to perform quite well, maybe a couple rounds in the 70s.
I think that you're going to have to shoot in the 70s each of the 3 days to compete with some of those high handicaps.
All right, Jeff. Hey, Jeff's had a great year. I mean, second Mustard Cup point scoring. He won 2 events. He was tied for another event for the lead. So he's basically won 3 events. He's had a good golf year, but will the wedding plans, he's getting married in October, will that distract him?
As you can see, he's Nostradamus here. He's thinking constantly. He's got wedding plans on the mind. He's got waterfowl responsibilities. And will he use the driver? Too much going on. I don't see Jeff being there at the end.
Very well. Hey, Ice. This is the traditional picture for Ice. I know you like this picture. It goes on the itinerary every year. His cap is up 1 this year. Can he finally break through? It would be an enormous party if he did so.
Yeah, the closest he's gotten was that playoff against Lance out there at Seaside. And, he can do it, but, he must keep his clothes on throughout the weekend if he has a shot at
Clothes
this.
are a must.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mongo. Mongo's is up 2 this year. Mongo peaks later in the year. He's won a Crab Open a number of years ago. He came in 3rd this year's Crab Open. He's looking good right now. Right now, the Vegas odds on him are 48 holy shits for the whole weekend. I'm not sure who's going to be counting. But one of my other main questions for Mongs is, where does his golf skill peak, Jim? Is it at the 10 beer level, 12 beer level, or have we not found out exactly what that level is yet?
I think he has to arrive at each course having down a 6-pack before he gets started, because I think the magic number is 12.
12.
Once he hits 12, he shoots quite well.
Okay. Hey, Scott, can the Cup propel him to jacket victory? I mean, the last time he won was in 2007. But anyway, can it propel him to victory? His cap's down 2 this year. That's going to be tough to compete at that level.
Very much so. But Scott, if anyone can do it, it can be him. He's improved the most, and having the reduction of 2 in his handicap, I think that he has a valid chance.
Then it would come down to Lance. Lance had a horrific tournament last year. He came in last place. Those particular scores are still on his handicap board, and that basically pushes him up 6. He's a +6 from his handicap last year. He's got room here to score well. My main question for him is, can he leave the doll at home? He won the Summer Simmer again this year. He appears very attached to that doll. I think if he leaves at home, that may affect his performance down there at Ocean City.
There's a couple of factors with Lance. He could pull the wool over our eyes, much like Dave Janikowski with his medical conditions, but he's rooming with Joe this year, so that could have a profound impact on his success.
All right, we'll go into the non-qualified people here. Kenny started off the season strong. He won his own tournament back in the beginning of the year, but later in the year he had to go into the bubble, and he hasn't got a lot of events in. He's only got 3 qualified events in this year. But can he come out of the bubble back into the social environment and play well?
I think that he can play well, and I think he's going to win the most money over the weekend because he has no pressure on him. He'll go out and shoot lights out.
All right. Other non-qualified members, Steve and Matt, they both hold records at the hospitality suite. Steve for the habanero sauce, Matt for the cranial measurement. And we're going to do that again this year. We're going to find out the cranial measurement champion. Not sure if Dennis is going to show up, but that will be on the board. And I'm going to have the tape this year because we're coming up with an actual number for that.
Oh, I think Matt's hands down the winner for the biggest cranium. And Steve will never disappoint up to a challenge, especially with the habanero sauce.
And hey, we thank Pete Milligan for joining us to round out the field of 16. Thanks, Pete, for showing. He'll go in with a cap of 22. That's what Steve's given us for the event down there.
Pete, thanks for making the 16 and ensuring we got the hospitality room at the Sea Bay. We appreciate it.
All right. Expected money payouts. We've got 16 players. You'll collect the money there day one. That comes out to $240 a day. I'm expecting you to pay out about 6 places. $80 for greenies, $20 for each hole, and then $54 for skins. It could change based on weather, based on other factors, but
yeah,
anyway.
$720 total for the whole weekend. You know, just remember, bring your $45 at the Long Neck Diner.
All right, before we get into our final picks, let's talk about the medicals this year. Roy's out for his back. Dennis, double hernia operation back in July. Dennis is out. We hope to see both of them at the hospitality room maybe sometime during the weekend. Jimmer, you're still favoring your back. I know it. You took off 3 months this playing season right now just because you had the back issue. So I know you're looking at that. Joe has various ailments. I'm giving him 3 Red Crosses right here. We contacted the Joe Carnaggio camp. We are unable to determine exactly what's going on. Their camp cited HIPAA regulations, so we'll move on from that. And then, of course, Kenny, he's coming out of the bubble. Maybe that's more of a psychological thing than anything, and I've given him 1 Red Cross on that. Of note with Dave, I had Dave with 3 Red Crosses, but then when he came out with a par 3 tournament, I said, okay, he's only down to 1.
Yeah, I think that what's of note here, we hope that Roy and Dennis will find some time to meet us at the hospitality room. So there are important exclusions that we would like included, at least in the social events this year.
All right, let's get into George and Jimmer's picks for the Final Four and the Jackets. I'll start us off, Jimmer. Right now, as I see it, this is the year of the science data. Follow the science. And what I'm going for on the science this year is the bump in handicaps. And I just don't think that bump is reflective of their poor golfing ability. I think they're better golfers than the bump that they have. And when you look, Brooks is up 4 in the handicap, Mike up 5, Lance up 6, Jimmer up 2. This is my final foursome right now.
Well, where did you get all this science talk from, Dr. Fauci?
Dr. Fauci.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it was one of the other ones on Fox. I watch Fox. All right. Out of these 4, my pick for the mustard jacket is none other than Brooks Norris. This is the time of the year for Brooks. I think Brooks lives for the jacket. The man lathers up every day. He gets motivated. He hits more clubs than anybody else in preparation for this tournament. I think he pulls through. I think his father being there even motivates him even further to win. And I think with Brooks getting the 4th jacket this year, we can call him the K8 GOAT. I think he's the GOAT of the organization right now. In this foursome, though, I do believe comes out the ketchup jacket champion. And who I'm predicting for the ketchup jacket this year is Lance McPherson. I think Lance is +6 on there. He's been golfing well lately. He won the Summer Simmer. He came in first with John O'Brien at the Blue Crab. He lost the tiebreak, but he's peaking at the right time. I think he pulls home the ketchup jacket. He's not drinking mustard next weekend. Ketchup. He'll be drinking ketchup. I think, Jimmer, you make it to the Final Four, but I think that just your veracity right now, you won't go for it because I know you'll be just thinking of your back a little bit in the back of your mind. I think you're going to play well enough to make the Final Four, but I don't think you'll get the jacket. And then we'll finish up with Mike right now. I think Mike plays fantastic down in Florida. He's a Gator. He loves the freshwater swamp environment of Florida. But when he does the transition to the wetlands, the brackish saltwater environment of the wetlands at Eagles Landing, I think that just pulls him down. I'm not sure if the Gator can survive very long in the brackish environment. So I think Mike is going to play well enough to get to the Final Four, but I just don't think he gets the job done for the jacket.
Very good. I like your predictions.
All right, moving on to your picks. You ready?
Sure. Well, my picks for this year's Final Foursome are Scott, Ice, Tim, and Brooks. And my pick to win the mustard jacket this year is Brooks Norris. That handicap plus up of 4 to get the jacket for him. There's no way Brooks Norris, our GOAT, is a 16 handicap. That will propel him to victory. The only problem could be fierce competition between Brooks and his father. So with that competition going down to the wire, I believe Tim Norris is going to bring home the ketchup jacket. Tim has improved throughout. The only problem with Tim is, will it be a fatigue-oriented 3 days for him? But I think he will give his son a run for the money, and we could have our first father-son mustard ketchup jacket winner with these two. Scott has an opportunity to take home the cup and the jacket all in once, and I think Scott is my sleeper pick for getting there. And Ice, he's everyone's favorite to win it. He wants to break out, after that playoff with Lance at Seaside. He hasn't come close, but I think that if he keeps his clothes on and keeps focused, he does have an outside chance that he could, take home the jacket. But my picks again, Brooks and Tim, they're keeping it in the family. So congratulations.
Very good, sir. Love your picks. And, that'll do it for us here from the basement of the K8 executive offices. Until the 8th, Wednesday, we'll see it hooked up, or the 9th to 11th for the club championship in Ocean City. This is George Kellert, along with Jimmer Carnaggio, saying, ain't the mustard hot?